Hello, this is Tim from Two Blokes from Blighty, and before we get into today's episode of Two Blokes from Blighty, we're going to hear a message from our friends over at Chat Tsunami. Take it away, lads.
Hello, this is Tim. Hello.
I'm not Mr. Frog.
Welcome to Chat Tsunami, a variety podcast that discusses topics from gaming and films to anime and general interests.
Previously on Chat Tsunami, we've analysed what makes a good horror game, conducted a retrospective on Pierce Brosnan's run as James Bond, and listened to us take deep dives into both the Sonic and Halo franchises.
Also, if you're an anime fan, then don't forget to check us out on our sub-series, Chat Tsunami, where we dive into the world of anime. So far, we've reviewed things like Death Note, Princess Mononoke, and the hit Beyblade series.
If that sounds like your cup of tea, then you can check us out on Spotify, iTunes, and all good podcast apps.
As always, stay safe,
stay awesome, and most importantly,
stay hydrated.
Such a good group of lads. I normally think of Chat Tsunami as just Satsu, but I forget Toast, and I think it's Moth is the other voice in there.
Yeah, and also a good message at the end there. Stay hydrated.
So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. Welcome back to Two Blokes from Blighty. My name is Joey Fitzgerald, and I am joined by the ever-dabbing Tim Fitzgerald. Tim, how are you doing?
I've got chronic neck pain from all the dabbing I've been doing.
So much freaking
Yabba dabba, don't do it.
Yabba dabba, dabba dab dab dab.
Dab, dab,
Have you
dab,
seen that that hilarious Twitch thing where the guy does a text-to-speech and it just goes, dab, 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 and the guy's going dab, 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 and then it goes, if you like underage girls, and he goes, what? No! Have you not seen that?
I think I might have done.
I'll send it to you afterwards. It's absolutely class. It's really funny. Tim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Tim, we always start these episodes in exactly the same way. So let's whip out. Have you forgotten to do it?
No. I've just got to pull it up. I've got it here.
Just pulling it up. It's the quiz jingle.
Pub quiz question of the week. Not a jingle. That's a sound effect at best.
What we have there is a fucking jingle, Tim.
Pub quiz question of the week. Joey, do you want the categories again, or do you want me to just go for one?
It's up to you. You're the quiz master general.
All right. I'll give you an easy one to start, or a relatively known one. What company makes the most amount of tyres in a year?
I don't fucking know. Michelin?
Michelin? It's not Michelin. Do you want to do another guess, and then we'll go to that, and then we'll wait for the end if you don't get it?
Bridgestone?
It's not Bridgestone, but we'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
Who makes the most tyres? Ford.
It's not Ford, but like I said, we'll come back to the end of the episode.
How am I supposed to know who makes the most fucking tyres?
If you do a big think, it might come. Well, none of that was a clue.
Oh, that was it. That was it coming.
Oh, I see. He went,
Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really hate it when you do that. Tim, this episode is going to come out on November 13th.
Oh.
What day is that?
Shares a name with a band, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Wednesday 13th. It's a Wednesday. That makes sense.
It's a Wednesday.
Tim and Joey talking loud. Holidays that make them proud. Calendar check every week. Which day holds the peak? Valentine's is on a pivot. Christmas Eve sometimes hits it. New Year's Eve can be found smiling on a Wednesday round. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Time to shake the mood. Celebrate whatever's there. Make the middle week a fair.
There you go, Tim. Wednesday, the 13th of November, and the best jingle in podcasting history.
It's pretty phenomenal.
I'll say it right now, and I'll mean it. Tim, I went on our usual site, and there was one.
Okay.
One day. We're going to use a different website to usual. The one day on the other one. Do you want it included in the 3 that I have? So we got 4 total?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the one from our usual website is National Indian Pudding Day.
No, I'm good. That sounds unfathomable. No offense to Indian cuisine. That's very specific.
National Hugger Musician Day.
They need it.
Do they?
Speaking of musicians, I've just put a link in the Notion page, and you should check it out if you haven't already.
I haven't. I'll check it out after this.
Yes.
I've already seen that video. It's very good.
Yeah.
So we've got National Hugger Musician Day. I'll explain the video in a minute, just for our complete audio-based listener.
Shall I include the audio from the video?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah,
that sounds fun. And then the other day, 2 days, there's Symphonic Metal Day.
I can get behind that.
That's pretty cool, right? And then the fourth and final one is National Roast Dinner Day.
So I'm actually quite torn between those last two.
Okay.
I am going to go with Symphonic Metal Day.
Okay.
Because I feel like Roast Dinner Day gets a day every Sunday.
But you could headbang while eating a Yorkshire pudding.
You could.
Tim, what makes the perfect roast dinner? Don't literally lay it out. That would take hours of prep and work. But
yep.
What's your ideal roast dinner?
Yorkshire pudding, naturally, it's a staple.
That is the thing, because you went straight there.
Yeah, I mean, that when you think roast dinner, that is it. Both mashed and roasted potatoes, but they have to be good roasted potatoes.
Okay.
Like, you know,
are we talking crispy on the
crispy.
outside, soft on the inside?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Cut of meat of some sort, be that turkey, beef, pork, chicken, that's most of them.
I mean, I like that you just didn't care what meat.
Yeah, give me
you
leg.
Have to choose one. Come on, one. What would it be?
I actually quite like gammon. I quite like the saltiness of gammon.
Okay, it's because you're a salty gammon, but
that's me.
You set that up. I just knocked it down.
Brexit means Brexit. Peas, carrots. You know, the usual veg.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big parsnip guy, but if it's a Christmas thing, absolutely throw some sprouts on there.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
Basically all of that apart from sprouts, and I would add copious gravy.
I'm not a big gravy guy.
Yeah, I don't know how you can do like dry Yorkshire puddings. I think it's weird.
I'll have a little, but I see people who have roast and they completely smother it in gravy, and that's too much for me.
That's this guy.
At that point, that's ramen.
Oh, that's fine. I'm happy with English ramen.
Yorkshire ramen.
Happy with English ramen. Yeah, no, can't be doing with no gravy. So gravies. Have you ever tried Bovril?
Yeah.
That's just hot gravy in a cup.
Yeah.
Oof. So good. Oof. And if, Tim, when you go to the football, when you finally get to a football match, have a Bovril in the stands when it's cold. It is the best thing in the world.
Well, I'm going next week. I've determined now.
You've said that three episodes in a row, so
yeah.
I'll do it when I see it.
But they're not going to. They're going to play Bath this week at Bath Stadium.
So you're not going to this week. You're going next week.
Correct.
You don't want to be a die-hard away fan.
Well, I haven't been to a game yet. I don't know if I want to commit to traveling to a stadium I've never been to see two teams I've never seen before.
Tim, that would be you at the home ground of Western. You've never been there to see a game, and you've never seen a team before.
But the Western home ground isn't too far from me. It's one bus.
No. But what you said was, I don't want to commit to traveling to a ground that I've never been to see two teams I've never seen before.
But that would be you. Ground.
That would be you home or away.
So okay, well, I don't want to go to an away game because it means going into Bristol and then out of Bristol.
Bloody hell, Tim! Don't be too dedicated to the cause.
I've not been to a game yet. I'm not fucking dedicated to begin with.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, Bovril, do it.
All right, you've changed my mind. We're doing roast dinner day.
Oof. Okay, cool.
Audience, go make a roast dinner.
Nice. I'm yet to find a good carvery around by where I live. We've lived here for 2 years now.
Can't remember the last time I had a carvery.
Must be a fucking...
Probably my birthday a couple of years ago.
Doing my head in you are, Tim.
What do you mean?
You need to have a carvery. Sort it out.
It's in your blood.
Well, it will be if you had enough of them. Tim, we're going to move on.
Get into my veins.
Let's start and do Movie Club because I'm excited to talk to you about this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, no, you got to go for it.
Oh yeah, but oh, hang on. Before we get into that, quickly talk about that video because we didn't talk about it.
What video? Oh, yes. Okay, so Tim put a video of a guy who has a what are they called? Like a synth pad, a sample pad, on a drum set, and they're playing. Is it AC/DC?
No, Led Zeppelin, the Immigrant Song.
I should have known that. And in the gap, so the song goes, and in that gap, he makes it go bong, and it puts the singer off, and it's funny. Tim,
it's great.
Put the audio in here.
I'll put the audio in.
There you go. Okay, Tim, let's do movies.
Movies.
So I got a voice note from the lovely, beautiful, kissable Dan today, and I played it out while we were eating dinner, and it was just him going bum 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 ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. I enjoyed it very much.
Great. Joey, what did we watch?
We watched Woman of the Hour.
Do you want to summarize the plot, or do you want me to?
No, you do it.
All right.
You've got 22 seconds.
All right, ready?
Go.
Anna Kendrick plays a woman called Cheryl Bradshaw, and this is based on the true story of when Cheryl Bradshaw went on the dating game in the 70s and picked bachelor number whatever, who turned out to be actual serial killer Rodney Alcott, who was mid-spree at the time of the show.
22 seconds. Well done, Tim. What did you think of the film?
I really liked it. It wasn't the greatest film I've ever seen. Spoilers, I gave it a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. But for Anna Kendrick's first directorial film, I think she did a great job.
I wrote you a review for this, a 12-word review.
What?
I will explain it afterwards why I've written this review, but you're going to have to bleep it.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. You're just being creative.
I was being creative. So my true feelings on this film are I loved the first 90% of it. Mm-hmm. I thought the ending was utterly underwhelming.
With the person who escaped to the diner.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what they could have done differently because it is a true story.
Yeah. But
the film itself, it felt like the film was pitched as this is Cheryl's story. This is Cheryl. This is her interaction with him on the dating game. And the truth of the matter is her interaction with him on the dating game was, I choose you. And then, I'm a bit creeped out by you. So I don't want to go on the trip with you. And then he gets arrested and then the film ends. I think for me, I was really expecting much more about her. And I feel like the film was actually about him.
Sure.
So the film was good. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it felt quite anticlimactic.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's how I would say. I think Anna Kendrick was really good in it. I don't know his name, but the guy who played the serial killer was really good. He was really talented.
That was Daniel Zavato.
Yeah, he was really good. I think all of the performances actually were really good. And do you know what I really loved in this was the set of the dating game? Oh, if you look at it, it looks perfect. It was brilliant. It was so well put together. I just wish the film was about her rather than him.
Sure.
That's my actual review rather than my 12-word one.
Can I give you my highlight of this movie?
Go on.
And I'm hoping you'll agree with me here. The parking lot scene.
At the very end where she's chasing him. He's chasing her, sorry.
Yeah, through the parking lot. That was fucking tense.
I don't know if I agree. I think my favourite scene, favourite is quite hard with the subject that it was.
Sure. It's a bit like having a favourite scene in Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
I've never seen it.
Have you not? It's a good movie.
No. The bit where he has bound and sexually abused the woman in the mountains, and she wakes up and she has this brainwave that if she fights back, he's going to kill her. And the pace of it and the acting of the lady who eventually got him captured was so good. It was just brilliant. It was really, really well done. And I just think that this film was really carried by the actors. The only actor I didn't like was Bachelor number 2, but I don't think I was ever meant to like him because he was a chauvinistic asshole.
He is. However, the guy who played him, Jedediah Goodacre? Not that's Jebediah. Jedediah Goodacre. I think he did a pretty good job.
Have you watched the actual footage?
Yeah.
I haven't. I haven't seen it.
Do you want to watch it real quick? It's interesting.
No.
Well,
I mean, I will watch it, but just I don't think it makes good podding.
Sure, fair enough. But like, it's really interesting because you can see from the footage of the original show that Rodney Alcala, that's his called Alcala. He's obviously quite a charming man. Which unfortunately is how it seems to go with a lot of these serial killers. Like if you look at like, Dahmer and not John Wayne Gacy, he was the clown. What was the other one? Ted Bundy. There's
been a few.
There has been a few, but Ted Bundy. It's always these really charming people that lure them in.
I think that in order to lure people in and have them follow you, kind of out of a safe space, you have to have that kind of charisma that allows people to trust you pretty instinctively. It's why I find stuff about cults really, really fascinating.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's nothing to do with Woman of the Hour, but if you've never watched the documentary Wild Wild Country, it's absolutely brilliant. It's about a cult in America.
I was going to do a weird history on them, but then I thought I'm not going to be able to do this justice.
No, watch Wild Wild Country. It's like a weird history in itself.
Yeah. But your thoughts on the movie? How many blokes out of Blighty?
I would give it 2 1/5. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
6 out of 10. I think it's solid. I don't think I'm not going to remember it in a year's time. So
I gave it a 7, as I said.
Okay.
It's really good, and like I say, it's Anna Kendrick's first film that she's directed. And if there's more of this kind of thing to come from her, then I'm excited for her.
Well, the thing is, what we've praised is all directorial stuff. The acting performance that she's brought out of the cast here is brilliant. It's so good. I think it's almost worth recommending for that alone. So well done, Anna Kendrick.
Well done.
I know you're a big fan of the podcast, so.
Yeah, she's an avid listener. Right, Joey, what film are we doing?
We're going to do... So I was thinking about this, and we've done quite a few miserable films back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I don't think we've actually done a cheery film this season.
What do you mean? There was uglies.
So I want to do one that I've not seen that I really want to see, but I'm really looking forward to as well in a very positive way. Tim, we're going to watch Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, what?
Oh, yes, baby.
I did a dissertation at uni on Top Gun, and
did you have to watch the volleyball scene 150 times?
On slow-mo, and there was a lot of zooming in on the DVD. That's really good.
So much lube in the room, I could not work it out.
Well, the thing is, the button kept on getting stuck on pause, you see.
And you had a cold, that explains it.
Yeah, no, that's the tissues.
What was your dissertation on?
It was Ridley Scott's dissection of. It's why Top Gun is one of the most gay American propaganda movies to ever come out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was really happy with this film. And I think my favorite fact that I found from researching it is, speaking of the volleyball scene, Kenny Loggins playing with the boys is the soundtrack used for it, and specifically the soundtrack version is Playing with the Boys 12-inch vinyl edition. Yeah,
that's my favorite. One of my favorite things about it too.
It's pretty good.
I was telling who was it? Maybe Alex and Dan about this the other night. It's just, I feel like Top Gun was made. It may have been done with the intention of let's make a strangely homoerotic film.
Yeah.
But I actually think it looks a little bit like they've gone, what's really manly? Oh yeah, muscles. And yeah, let's play some sport. But we're on the beach, so beach volleyball, that's kind of cool.
And bro ships, which is why they have you can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah, let's put them all in leather jackets. But do you know what's really cool is leather jackets without shirts on.
But you know what? This film still has a big old sense of fuck yeah to it as well.
Yeah, it's a great film. I think. So do you know what I would describe it as? If Mac from It's Always Sunny in the early seasons was a film, it would be Top Gun.
Totally. If he tried to make Thunder Gun with fighter jets.
Thunder Gun, that is it. Well done, Tim. Yeah, so we're going to watch Top Gun Maverick, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Great, me too. This has been on my list for a while. Joe, where do you want to go?
Can I talk about my favourite meme of 2024?
Absolutely.
We've had some good memes this year, Tim.
There have been some good ones.
You
don't like the subtle foreshadowing one, do you?
I really hate that one.
I like it.
Bloody good memes this year.
Yes.
In the last few days, we've had my new favourite meme.
I'm listening.
Have you ever heard of a band called Take That?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Gary Barlow's son?
I've seen some pictures of him. How photoshopped they are, I'm not sure, but I know his son is apparently fucking massive.
Now, can I tell you, the picture of him, so it's the Barlow family, it's his son, Gary Barlow, his wife and his daughter. And his son is about 2 foot taller than the rest of them.
Well, Gary Barlow's not exactly a short guy, right?
I don't know how tall he is.
I'm going to look it up. Gary Barlow, height, feet. Gary Barlow's 5'7", and his son is 6'2", so he's my height.
So he's not actually that tall, but Gary Barlow is not big.
No.
But the picture that he put up, it just looks comically massive.
It's absurd. It looks like he stood in the foreground.
So, the meme.
How did that come out of Gary Barlow?
What do you mean? Yeah, he gave birth to him. That was it. The meme itself, it's spanned, and it's just pictures of Gary Barlow throughout the years. And it says, and my favourite one is, there's one of him stood on a stage with his arms out, and there's gold confetti everywhere falling, and it says, Gary Barlow stood near his son eating a croissant.
I've seen one where it's Gary Barlow doing that. This is my idea of a nice day out thing, and it's just captioned with Gary Barlow exploring his son's hair follicles.
But it's just the thing that really makes me laugh is this week we had a horrific election announcement.
Yes,
and the UK went, don't really want to bother with that, so we're going to just take the piss out of Gary Barlow and his son.
And his massive son.
His massive son. And there are videos of celebrities showing other celebrities. So there's a footballer called Ian Wright, and they're on a podcast called The Overlap. And the video is just Ian Wright going around to the other host going, have you seen Gary Barlow's son? And they go, what do you mean? He's like, he's massive, and he shows them, and they're like, "There's no way that's real. He's not that massive." He's like, "He is that massive," and that's the whole thing. I really like the one, in the gym where you do the ropes, the exercise ropes.
Oh yeah,
there's a picture of Gary Barlow doing that, and it says Gary Barlow tying his son's shoelaces.
Because I like that none of the comments are like particularly mean or anything.
No, none of it's mean spirited. It's just he's little and his son is massive.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I like the one that's captioned with him and his son, and it says Gary Barlow, Gary Bar High. It's so easy. It's my favourite meme of 2024. And actually, listener, here's where your participation comes in. Send us in the Discord your favourite memes of 2024. And if you can't think of anything specifically, find your favourite Gary Barlow meme and put that in the Discord, because every single one of them makes me laugh.
We don't want to see any Barlow hanging fruit.
No, but sometimes the low hanging fruit is the juiciest. So
yeah.
So you go for it, listener. You do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my favourite meme of 2024.
Pretty good.
Tim, I've got 2 more things for you.
Yeah.
That aren't in our usual running order, but before we get to them, I think I hear a knock at the door. There it is. Let's let him in.
There's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. Hey, it's
Ringo. P.S. Yes, we do have hamburgers and fries in England, but we call French fries chips.
Hello, Joey. That's just Jerry Jackson. Hello, Joey. That's the same voice. Hello, Joey. We're just going with this. Hello, Joey. We have chips.
Is that all you can say?
That's all I know how to say, other than making it sound like he's molesting Thomas the Tank Engine.
So do that.
Oh, Thomas, I love your rails. Love to buffer them tracks. Oh,
Hi,
Thomas.
Ringo.
I hate it so much.
Hi, Ringo.
Hello, Joey.
Ringo, I've got a couple of questions for you this week.
Do they involve trains?
One of them does. Where the hell have you been?
With Thomas.
We're paying you for 10 episodes a season and we've seen you once.
This is money well spent. I got chips.
I'm going to finish this as quick as I can. What's your favourite Thomas the Tank Engine train, Ringo?
Thomas.
Is that it?
That I like his shiny rails.
Well, see you later, Ringo. Thank you.
I'm off to get more chips. That's the bit, everyone.
Next season,
Yeah.
should we just not do a celebrity?
I think we need to take a break from celebrities. The budget is getting stretched very thin. Considering last season we had 3 squirrels in a trench coat masquerading as Sean Bean.
No, that was Sean
obs-
Bean.
I thought.
Have you not noticed we haven't seen him around anymore? He's been
that's true.
exposed.
Either way, we didn't get the 10 episodes out of him because we can't pay squirrels. And then we tried to pay Ringo Starr, and he's just been off faffing around with model trains.
Yeah, well, not even
eating
models.
chips.
Actual Thomas the Tank Engine.
Sentient locomotives.
Have you ever seen that picture of Thomas the Tank Engine? And it's what the inside of Thomas the Tank Engine looks like.
Oh, I have. I hate it. It's like a big flesh tube.
It's so cursed. It's awful.
You ever seen the guy on YouTube who just uploads Thomas the Tank Engine crash compilations?
No.
Some of them are brutal. Like, people fall off bridges and explode and shit.
So Jack, my son, Tim, can you cut the name?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure I've said it before, but my son went through a phase of really enjoying Thomas the Tank Engine, but it was only brand new Thomas that's like fully animated.
Animated 2D animation Thomas.
And I went back and looked at some of the old Thomas the Tank Engines, and there's episodes where they have to prove they're a really useful engine, otherwise they'll be sent to the scrapyard never to come back and stuff like that. It's really dark. My favorite one is there's an episode where there's a train who's scared of the rain, so he goes and hides in a tunnel.
And they brick him up.
They decide because he's not useful, they just brick both ends of the tunnel.
Just lock him in a tunnel.
In there to die, essentially.
Thomas Tank Engine got dark.
Yeah, so he went in the tunnel bricked up, and that's it.
I too go in tunnels bricked up.
Right, Tim, what do you want to do next?
I do have a question for the audience. I've started. For those who don't know, I use Letterboxd primarily as my movie.
Are you going to keep that noise in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you just deep fry it?
Yeah. Just
sounds like you're strangling Donald Duck.
I have started curating a list on Letterboxd of 2025 films that I want to watch.
As in ones that come out on 2025? Or...
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So far, I've only got 6.
What are they?
28 Years Later.
Yeah.
Screenboat.
Never heard of it.
That is... So, obviously, the public... Mickey Mouse went into the public domain a couple of years ago. Okay. So this is a slasher film involving Steamboat Willie's iteration of Mickey Mouse in New York.
It's basically that horror of Winnie the Pooh, but with Mickey Mouse.
And with a budget, it seems.
Okay.
Until Dawn, the movie.
Okay.
The Electric State.
Never heard of it.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Okay, cool.
That could be cool. King Spawn.
I've never heard of it.
It's based on the Spawn comic book series. I like Spawn a lot, and I'm sure Josh might get a kick out of that.
Okay.
And then...
Sorry, do you mean the lovely Josh from Talking Smack? Go and listen to Talking Smack on all of your good
Josh, forget about it, Scar, Talking Smack.
Listen to Talking Smack, please, please, please.
And Mortal Kombat 2.
Because Mortal Kombat 1 was such a rousing success.
I liked Mortal Kombat 1, the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
Good. But what I want from the audience, if you're excited for a film for 2025, tell me and I'll go put it on my list and we'll go and talk about it.
The Joker, Folly as You, 24 times.
I don't think that's coming out in 2025.
Catwoman,
no, we're done with Catwoman.
With Joker for Folly as You.
Playing over it. Both at 50% opacity.
And 50% speed.
Faster or slower?
Slower.
Great. Just make the whole thing more torturous. I can't see what's happening in either movie, and I'm deaf.
But one of them's a musical. Which one? I don't know.
I don't know anymore, and you'd think I would.
You think you would.
But I want 2025 movies that are coming out. Please give me exciting movies. I don't particularly give a shit about Marvel, so please not that.
How many do you want?
As many as see. Well, if they seem interesting, I don't really have a number.
I think you should aim for 2025.
That's a lot of movies. That's more than there are days in the year by nearly 10 times.
Really? I had no idea.
The math checks out.
The math checks out. Upcoming movies. So Jurassic World Rebirth?
Nah.
Oh, fuck you, Tim. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2?
Maybe. Yeah, that could work. I've only seen Mission Impossibles 1 and 2.
Hey, Constantine 2.
Did that need a sequel?
It got one.
Sure, that doesn't answer my question, though.
The Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima has
I didn't know that was getting a movie. Is that coming out in 2025?
Apparently, yeah. Dodgeball 2, that's one.
Ghost of... And I'm going to look it up.
Have fun trimming all this down, Tim.
Tsushima.
There is a couple in here, actually. There's a Mad Max sequel to Fury Road that's coming out next year.
I didn't see Fury Road.
Yes, you did. We went to see it together.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Furiosa. No, the other one. I saw that one.
Yeah, it's the sequel to that one.
All right, great. Good. But yeah, audience, please send me exciting movies. I want to see them.
Hey, Final Destination Bloodlines.
I think I'm good.
Johnny English 4?
I didn't know there was a 2 and 3.
Saw 11?
I did know about that, and I kind of want to watch all the Saw movies because I know they get more and more, like, just loose in their plot.
So, when, the year before I went to uni was the year that Saw 7 or 8 came out. I think it was 7. And I went up to Leeds to visit a friend from school. And we used to watch the Saw films every now and then. And we had a day, like, probably from 9 in the morning through till however long it took, where we watched Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back to back, and then went to the cinema to watch 7, and then went on a night out.
I've just pulled up a thread here of what's the dumbest reason someone was put into a jigsaw trap, because they do get stupider and stupider.
Yeah.
There was one because someone was a smoker. That's it. Someone here, in my opinion, you can't count the people who are collateral damage, so the smoker doesn't count. He wasn't a test subject. Though I probably would agree with Adam, not that he was a bad guy, but just that he was a bit creepy. Honorable mentions include Kerry. She gets killed for being more comfortable with a corpse than a living human. Like, bruh, she's a homicide detective, and you're killing her because she doesn't have time to date. There's Rig, who gets killed for trying to save people because he's a paramedic.
How dare he?
How dare he? There were lots of test subjects that were tested for pretty dumb reasons. Art was a seedy lawyer. William was working in insurance, and Addison was being a prostitute.
Oh, that doesn't seem very fair.
No, there was one person I read about in this Reddit thread a little while ago, and it was this woman was in this saw trap because her husband lied to her.
Yeah.
That's really dumb.
Yeah. That saw, I can't remember which one it is, what number, but the whole thing is the guy lies about being captured by Jigsaw previously. And he writes a book about it. Yeah. Wow, my words all came out in one then.
That is Saw 4, I think. It starts off with the public exhibition thing, doesn't it?
It's later than that.
Is it
much? Yeah.
It's the public exhibition one, though, isn't it?
I can't remember. No, that's like 8 or 9.
No.
It is. I promise you. No, I promise you, it's 8 or 9.
This is how bad. This is how just dumb and congealed the Saw movies have gotten.
Yeah, my favourite one that got put into a trap was because they were the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh yeah,
Chester Bennington just randomly in a trap.
That is awful.
But anyway, we're kind of going well off. The only other movie I'd add to your list of 2025 is a film called F1.
F1.
Yeah, stars Brad Pitt.
Oh, I think I've seen this advertised.
Yeah, they filmed 2 scenes of it at Silverstone last year, and they literally had the crowd like cheering while he did the world's slowest lap in a Formula One car you've ever seen.
Did they speed up the footage?
I really hope they do, otherwise it's not going to be very exciting.
That's going to be hilarious. Sorry, I've just got one more person. Mark Wilson was put in a flammable jelly trap because he called in sick to work.
No.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem very nice.
No.
Right. Well, I don't know how we got talking about Saw.
We're still talking about movies that are coming out.
Right, Tim.
Yeah.
I got good feedback on the stupid Reddit thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, lots of people liked it.
Darren Superglue. My name is Darren Superglue. My urethra shirt was
classic tale.
Just I could not handle myself. My favourite was the nutter from 700,000 Spiders in My Bloodstream. But I have found you another dumb thing on Reddit.
I'm listening.
On the chat for this recording, I have put a link. I don't know if you've ever seen it. This is
trees sucking at things.
Trees sucking at things. And it's just a whole Reddit of things that trees are not very good at. Now, Tim, I should have sent you the top of all time.
Yeah, you have.
And I would like you to just describe the top 4. 4.
The first one is some trees have changed their leaves color and it's made a swastika shape in the forest. I'm assuming that's photoshopped.
And the title of that is?
Trees Suck at Tolerance.
Okay.
There's trees suck at giving up, where the land has fallen away from under this tree and its roots have just clinged onto the land like a good 20 meters on either side.
Yeah.
That's trees suck at giving up. There's trees suck at cute poses, which looks like a horrible Jar Jar Binks-esque scream.
Yeah, and then my favorite one.
Trees suck at being dead. This guy has chopped down a tree with like the roots and the dirt still attached, cut down the top part of the log, and because of the weight of the soil, the tree just stands back up.
Replants itself.
Great. Recycling.
I really like trees suck at things.
Yeah. Can I show you one?
Yeah, of course you can.
Reverse Animal Rescue.
I have seen this. I really like Reverse Animal Rescue.
For those who haven't seen it, it's animal rescue footage, but they play it backwards, so it looks like the people are putting them in horrible situations. There was one night that my friends and I were on call till about 3 a.m, pissing ourselves laughing at this. There's one that always sticks with me where I don't know how, but this dog got out onto a piece of ice that was just floating out at sea, and this guy pulls it in with his foot and carries the dog up this ladder and puts it on the boat, and the dog's all happy. And then they play it backwards, and it just looks like he's put a dog on a bit of ice and kicked it out to sea. The title's just called "Well, No One Will Ever Find Him Here."
The top of all time in animals, Reverse Animal Rescue, is a guy who's pulling a straw out of a turtle's nose, and we all know my previous thoughts on turtles and being dumb enough to eat straws. That is a joke, I should say. But because it's played in reverse, it looks like he's taking the straw and shoving it into the nose of the turtle. It's really quite sad.
Have you seen sick mom uses choking device to silence a child so she can talk on the phone. It's the one just below that.
Just watching it. Oh my god, that's horrific. Yeah.
Coast Guard forces deer to live out at sea.
Yeah, these are funny.
They're great. That's my subreddit of the week.
These are funny. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, I've just seen the straw go in the turtle.
It's horrible, isn't it?
He really jams it in there if the footage is what I believe to be true.
Yeah, and obviously everything you find on the internet is exactly as it seems.
100% true.
Kitten misbehaves and is sentenced to the hole.
Oh, right, yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah.
They just
funny,
drop a kitten in a hole. Well, it's funny because, actually they're okay.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're helping the animals. Should we do weird history?
Yes, let's do weird history. Tim, can you just give it a brief thing about weird history? Because last week we said we were going to continue the election one.
Yeah, that's right. The election one, I was reading through the second half of my notes, and to be honest, I found it very fucking boring to go through and long still. So we're not doing that. Just if you want a fun bit of election history, look up Hayes versus Tilden and the Compromise of 1873.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get into history then.
History. March 3rd, 1876.
Okay. It's always the 18s. 1800s.
Bath County, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Crouch was making soap on her porch on a clear, sunny day, and she reported seeing a piece of meat fall from the sky.
Right.
She said that it was about 40 steps away from her house when the meat started to slap the ground. Mrs. Crouch and her husband believed this to either be a miracle or a warning.
Right.
Are you intrigued?
Yes.
Okay. This is a quote. When the flesh began to fall, the largest piece I saw was about the size of my hand, and it was gristly and yellow. Another piece I saw was about the size of $50. More meat then began to fall from the sky, with the local paper reporting the meat, which looked like beef, fell all around her. The sky was perfectly clear at the time, and she said that it fell like snowflakes.
Sorry, the sky was perfectly clear at the time. What, as if, it's cloudy, so it must be raining beef?
Yeah, it's a reasonable thing to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Mr. and Mrs. Crouch then watched the meat fall for several minutes, some bits small and some bits large. Their cat, not being concerned about the meaning or origin of the meat, immediately began to eat the meat.
Nice.
Smart cat, cat's winning.
Mm-hmm.
When it was over, the Kentucky meat shower, as it was now known, left an area of the yard 150 yards long and 50 yards wide, completely covered in flesh.
Okay.
In the coming days, many curious neighbors would stop by to see the result of the meat shower for themselves. One named Harrison Gill later reported that the meat was everywhere on the farm as it hung from the fences and lay all over the ground. The largest meat piece that he saw was about 4 inches or 10 centimeters long and appeared to be perfectly fresh.
Can you imagine the smell?
It would be awful. However, the meat looked perfectly fresh.
Okay.
People and papers quickly began trying to figure out what the meat was about, where it came from, what animal it was. Many locals said that it looked like beef. One local hunter inspected the meat and declared it to come from a bear, noting its greasy yet firm texture.
Right.
Some took it upon themselves to taste the mystery sky meat.
As you would.
As you would. Would you taste it?
If it was cooked properly, then yeah, I'd give it a go.
Sure, yeah. 2 of Crouch's neighbors reported that it tasted like venison or mutton. A local butcher tried a piece and said it didn't taste like fish or fowl, but it did taste like mutton, but didn't smell of it.
Okay. You do have my interest here, Tim.
They sent off samples of the meat for testing to the Transylvania University. So
quite funny.
They sent sky meat to Transylvania.
Yeah, okay, cool.
One early theory from a scientist was that the meat was actually dried frog spawn that had been picked up by the wind and thrown. This idea was very quickly dropped.
Surely, yeah, because like if it's the size of your hand, what meat from frog spawn is going to be that? Unless it just congealed in the sky. No.
One scientist believed the substance to be nostoc, a combination of bacteria and vegetable mass. But further testing proved that it was indeed the flesh of an animal. What are your theories so far, Joey?
I think a bear got picked up by a tornado and thrown through something like a fan.
Okay, slight problem. Clear day, no tornadoes.
Yeah, but it was a tornado far away. You know.
Oh, okay. It was a big tornado.
It's been thrown fucking miles.
Just over the horizon tornado.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They are pretty common.
Sure. Dr. L.D. Kastenbein heated a piece of meat over a Bunsen burner and came to the conclusion that it had the texture and consistency of meat.
Cheers.
Thanks, Kastenbein. He also treated some samples in chemicals to help reveal muscle fibers. Kastenbein's theory was that it was mutton, but other scientists disagreed.
Okay.
Dr. A. Mead Edwards and Dr. J.W.S. Arnold observed cartilage and lung tissue. Muscle tissue was also later found in some of their samples, and their observations led them to believe that the meat either came from a horse or a human infant.
Ooh. Suddenly, I feel a bit silly about saying I would eat it.
And all those people and the cat. Doctors eventually did confirm that the substance was meat, but why did it fall from the sky?
Okay.
Writing in the New York Times, William Alston proposed two theories. Number one, this is a bizarre form of a meteor shower.
A meteor shower.
There's the joke. That's the headline for them.
It's a meteor shower.
According to astronomers at the time, a belt of meteoric stones orbited the sun, and any time the Earth came into contact with the belt, it would be pelted. This led to the conclusion that there must be a belt of venison, mutton, etc. that had a similar phenomenon. So this guy's conclusion, one of his conclusions was that there's some sort of a meat belt around the sun.
I like it. Imagine how well cooked that would be.
The other theory, and this is the theory that most people go with, as opposed to the meat belt, is the meat shower was likely caused by vultures vomiting.
Okay.
So, if you know anything about vultures, you probably know that they're birds of prey that feed on decaying carcasses.
Yeah.
That might make you already feel a bit sick if you didn't know that about vultures. But what they tend to do is they vomit for strategic reasons. If they think they're being threatened, they will vomit to fly faster and higher.
Smart.
So, the vomit, though, however, is also used as a defense mechanism to ward off predators that are trying to get into vultures' nests, being known to sting eyes and noses for people and animals that get too close.
Right.
So the going theory is that some vultures were flying by. One of them vomited just for some reason, which caused the other ones to vomit, raining meat down on Mrs. Crouch's house.
That doesn't add up for me.
No?
No, because if their vomit puts people off, like it's bad vomit,
yeah,
right? Why did everyone say it tastes like venison and mutton?
Because I would assume that they've eaten lamb and horse and whatever.
But that doesn't account for any vomit that would be coated with it. They said
no, it doesn't account for bile.
Fresh is what it said on the fence post.
I guess I don't know how long it was in their stomachs. I mean, it is just a theory.
But it's also decaying meat, so there's no way it would look fresh.
I mean, again, we don't know how long it was eaten. How long ago?
I think it's more likely to be the meteor shower.
The meat belt?
Yeah, the meat belt.
The Kentucky meat shower.
There's the title of the episode, by the way.
The meat belt.
The meat belt.
The sausage slinger. No, that's not it.
That's you.
The sausage suspenders. No, still no.
No.
The Kentucky meat shower is still surrounded in mystery today, but most people go with the vulture theory, believing that a flock of vultures were flying high above the Kentucky farm, threw up, and a light breeze caught the meat, causing it to rain down on the farm like rain and snow.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it? Well, that's the end of Weird History for this week.
Oh, I liked it.
It was a short one.
I enjoyed it. It was a good one.
Straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. Tim, we only have time for one more thing. Do you
want to do jokes? I've only got like 6.
Let's do jokes. Don't forget the trumpet.
pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week. Oh, right.
Show some fucking respect, Tim. This is our Joke of the Week section, where Tim and I will tell each other jokes with the sole aim to make the other person laugh. If your joke makes the other person laugh, as Tim did on the first time with me last week, the section is over, and that joke is declared the Joke of the Week. Tim, I have 7. You said you have 6.
I have 6, and I am not proud of any of them.
Okay, good. Tim, I'll go first. Why is 9 afraid of 3?
Why?
Because he's squared of him.
That's really good. That's a good math joke. Why are people who have anal sex so rude?
Pain in the arse.
No, they're fucking arseholes.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't Harry Potter tell the difference between a cooking pot and his best friend?
Why?
Because they're both called Ron.
That is also really good.
Thanks.
That's really good.
Wow. Are you proud of yourself?
No, not even remotely.
You just turned to look at your girlfriend when you said that.
She just looked over and heard the joke, and it made her cry laughing last time she heard it.
Okay. Tim, my 7-year-old asked me if I could take him to McDonald's. I said, if you can spell it, I'll take you. He said, fuck it, just take me to KFC.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. My grief counsellor died. He was so good I didn't care.
I said that one about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Oh, have you? Oh, bruh.
What do you call Albert Einstein getting a hand job?
What?
A stroke of genius. There we go. There we have it.
There it is.
Joke of the week.
That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
Show some fucking respect.
Tim, I really like that voice clip. I'm going to put it in as much as I can. So our joke of the week is, what do you call Albert Einstein getting a hand job? It's a stroke of genius.
That is really good.
It was only good because you were laughing before I got to the punchline.
It was so out there.
It's just the image, like him with the big hair going, ooh.
With his tongue out like in the poster.
Yeah, like he's doing that. What's it called? A Iago?
A Higo, I think it is.
A Higo. Yeah, he's going, ooh, woo.
He's going, oh,
yeah. Tim, really quickly, I went to a trampoline park this week.
You did?
I've never been more aware in my life that I'm in my 30s.
How much did your back hurt afterwards?
My back didn't hurt.
Interesting.
Do you know what did hurt? And this will be really interesting, and I'll explain why afterwards. But my arms and my chest.
Okay. How many front dives did you do?
None. This trampoline park was not only a trampoline park, but it had one of those foam pit things.
Oh, yeah, we could kind of launch yourself and whatever happens.
Yeah, have you ever been in one?
I've been on one on a skateboard.
Yeah, don't ever go on one. They fucking suck.
If you get a good one, they're fun.
So I went in after my son, and my son is 3 years old, so he weighs nothing.
Yeah, you can just throw him.
So, no, Tim. He went in and didn't compress any of the foam. So I went in after him, not knowing how deep the thing was, and it was only when I was in there that I realised it was more than 6 foot deep.
Jesus Christ.
I, Tim, am 5'10". Now the foam did not go all the way to the top, so the foam was up to my neck, probably 5 foot of foam, right?
Yep.
I got to the side, and after lifting my son out, thinking, yeah, I can pull myself up out of here. Could I pull myself up out of there? Could I fuck? Do you know the other thing that you don't take into consideration until you're in one of those stupid foam pits?
Is it how to get out of them?
when you try and jump to pull yourself up, if I could have jumped, I could have done it, right? I'm sure I could have. When you try and jump, you're exerting force downwards. And what happens to foam when you exert force downwards?
It
compresses further. So when you try and jump, you don't get anywhere. I was in that pit probably for 4 minutes. All in, right? It felt like an hour.
How did you get out?
I have never felt claustrophobic in my life until I was in that pit. And I don't know what happened to me. I was there, hanging onto the edge, here, right? Yep. Arms above my head, pulling myself up. My son running away in the distance to some trampolines because he wants to bounce. I'm going, no, come back, stay with daddy, no, come back and be fine. It was only when someone who worked there walked past and I went, excuse me, and they went, are you all right? And I went, how the fuck do you get out of this thing? And they looked at me with pity eyes and went, do you want the ladder? I was like, yes, of course I want the fucking ladder. So they came and they brought over a rope ladder.
A rope ladder?
And they chucked it over and I buried the rungs. Took me about 2 seconds to bury the rungs. Have you ever tried to climb a rope ladder?
Yeah, it sucks.
This was fine.
Oh.
I was out in seconds. Why don't they keep the rope ladder in there? I cannot be the only man on the planet to not be able to get out of one of these stupid fucking foam pits.
That's amazing, though.
It wasn't at the time.
Oh, no, I'd find that hilarious.
I lost both of my socks.
How'd you do that?
Because it's full of foam and it kept pulling every time I moved my feet. Every time I moved, not only was I compressing the foam around me, but you move through it and what happens? Like quicksand, it all comes up around you and sinks you in. It was
amazing.
Absolutely awful. I'm never going back.
No, not in there anyway.
I paid for the pleasure of that as well, Tim.
If that were me, I'd have totally embraced it.
What, just die in there?
Yeah. It's my foamy grave.
And the other thing is, no one tells you, the foam stinks.
Oh, of course it does. It's covered in chemicals and sweat.
Stinks.
Yeah.
So I would have been in a stinky grave while my son ran off and played basketball.
What a day.
Well, for him, yeah, quite. Tim, let's do our quiz question and then let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What company makes the most tires every year?
You do the quiz questions.
Right, forgot that.
Okay, good.
What company makes the most tires in it every year?
I don't know.
Any last guesses? None?
No.
Lego.
Oh, they're not real tires. Don't be a twat.
That's they make the most tires. They're the biggest tire manufacturer in the world.
No, they're not.
They are.
Who makes... I'm not accepting this. I'm not accepting this.
It's Lego.
No, it's not. Michelin.
No, it's Lego.
No, it's Michelin.
It's Lego.
Largest tyre manufacturers in the world.
Lego top of the list.
There you go. Michelin top of the list. My first freaking answer.
It's Lego.
No, because we're talking about real tyres here, Tim.
Yeah, they got the tyres on the wheels.
You own a car.
I do.
If I said to you, it's going to fail its MOT, get new tyres, and you bought Lego tyres...
Well, they wouldn't fit because they're small, but yeah, you got different size tyres.
Don't be ridiculous. They're not real tyres. They are toys.
They're tyres for their little wheels.
If I said, we're going to war, grab a gun, and you pulled out a Nerf gun, I would think you're an idiot and you'd be dead.
But Nerf don't make the most guns.
But they do make guns, Tim. That's my point. Lego don't make the most tyres because they don't make tyres. They make toys. No, it's
they make little tyres for their little vehicles.
Don't be a dickhead, Tim.
That's the answer that came up when I Googled it.
Well, it's wrong. Because when I Googled it, who makes the most tyres in the world? It says Michelin. Their mascot is a man made of tyres, Tim.
Doesn't mean he produces them.
It does. He reproduces.
It's not like an osmosis thing.
No, it's a shagging thing.
Oh, okay. Is there a Mrs. Michelin man?
Michelin lady. Come on, Tim. Tim, was there another quiz question you can give me? Because I'm frustrated by the answer there.
All right, let's go for a different one. What is the only single word country in the world to contain all 5 vowels in its name?
Uzbekistan?
It's not Uzbekistan. I'm going to give you 2 more guesses, and then we're done with it.
Could go Peru, but that's definitely not right.
No, I think that has half of them.
It's got less than half, Tim. It's got E and U. I don't know. Just tell me.
Mozambique.
Mozambique. What a country, eh?
What country?
What country? Right, Tim. That's us. Let's get out of here. You want to do a shout out for anyone in the pod pack?
Yep. Let's do robotic battle toaster.
Oof, oof, up the toast. If you asked me who I would have shouted out, I would have chosen toast as well.
Yeah.
What funny world we live in. Listen to Casting Views, listen to Talking Smack, listen to Chat Tsunami. Just go watch Toast on Twitch. Check out other series on the Game Club Pod, and we will see you in a week's time. Tim, take that, you bastard.
Take that, you bastard. I've just pricked myself with a pin badge.
Good. See you later.
Bye.
So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. Welcome back. Oh my God. Start again.